If you're happy and you know it, then subscribe and smash that like button. Thank you. Okay, enough of you clapping like a crazy person in front of your computer. And without further ado, I'm gonna pop one of them throat lozenge pills and strepsils. If you'd like to sponsor this video, then I will send you my wallet address and you can do some sponsoring. And with that being said, I am of course the most open-minded investor and FP artist on YouTube with a diverse appetite for risky asset classes ranging between shopping centers and shitcoins, but not government bonds, creating contact-led, family-friendly, cookie-accepting, cat-free, technical and specialized tutorials and guidelines to harness the generational wealth transfer found in crypto trends. And I'm as a believer of Jesus Christ and a fan of Gary and an extremely well-educated and multilingual Korean, but with hair naturally curly than the average Asian male and highly coveted by many moms and daughters, also known as Humble Kim.
So what I like to do is I want to work with 4-hour charts with the candlesticks up on Floki. You know, it's been overall on a downtrend, and like I said in my previous video, I'm so glad I'm actually meeting you guys today in this video, beautiful video, on this beautiful day, that we're actually talking about this shit down here. This is Dogecoin, for example. You know, Dogecoin, you know, down freaking 93%, and so like this is kind of like the equivalent time that I'm talking to you guys at the moment, right? And if you do zoom out on that, like it freaking moons out of it like there's no tomorrow. And look at that, bang! How's that for? This is why we love crypto, right? That's why we love crypto. So that's what we're talking about. These cold periods, if you like, cold periods, right? These things may actually last quite a bit of time. So what is our strategy? Well, our strategy is to actually keep an eye on making money. Yeah, keep an eye on making money. Yeah, ain't that the truth, boys and girls? And what I've loved doing is I've loved trading with the RSI on. And you know, the RSI is a bit of an open book, guys. Every time it goes close or touches this is what you call the oversold region. So anything below 30 is oversold, anything above 70 is overbought, right? When things are overbought, the price is high, right, comparatively. All right, and when things are oversold, then obviously the prices are too low, right? So we need to actually come in and grab some, right? Because the price is low. And what you want to do, right? This is the freaking rocket science of every cryptocurrency trading, is you want to buy low and sell high. Who would have freaking thought? Who would have thought that you would have to buy low and sell high? So what we're looking at is looking at this price chart and also the RSI. I have a, what is this thing? A divergence indicator. Now, divergence indicator is basically RSI plus in the divergence indicator. Divergence indicator, I'll make another video about divergences, but they can be helpful. And having it in an indicator form is also helpful, but you know, your naked eye should also be good enough to actually spot these divergences as well. But at the moment, we are in this bit of like a broadening wedge sort of a pattern as it goes. I don't know if that's the right term or well, I don't really know. But as we approach that also, the price action is approaching that, what is that, EMA? 200 EMA. I think it's going to see some, overselling and then start bouncing off. So see this pattern right here, I think we're going to see something similar to that effect there as well. From a fractal signal point of view, it's over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 impulse waves and bring it down. Same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I wonder if this will be the last impulse that we're seeing before it starts to taper off as well. Not to mention the fact that it's actually nearing an oversold region as well. Not to mention, RSI has been a very, very consistent indicator to actually trade Floki, right? How's this here? Bang, goes below the 30 in the RSI, okay? And then bang, right up to the top of the RSI, bang. What a wonderful, easy trade that locks you in a cool 76%, hallelujah. Within 6 days in locking these profits in as well. And similarly to that effect, if you had gotten in at this point here, you would have then been able to lock in, even if you got up right now, 38%. Now, I'm looking at candlesticks at the moment, and to be honest, the candlesticks aren't looking particularly that pretty for me because this is not a nice set of candlesticks. I don't think there's enough volume for us to be able to actually see the candlesticks actually forming quite nicely. So I think in light of that, I think we would have to be more careful about using candlestick charts when the seas are a little bit too choppy here, if you like. But RSI has been a very, very consistent indicator for trading I'd say very technical cryptocurrencies just like this one. The reason why I say technical as well is because on the fundamentals of the project isn't particularly speaking to the price charts so much. I mean, we're seeing a lot of great updates and a lot of great advertisements as well, but that's sort of not what's happening. And so to predict what's going to happen soon, well, I don't know if the RSI will come down and then we'll get retested and poke above it and maybe even stay up there a little bit longer before it comes back down. But I do not see, I do not think that it'll crack above that 200 EMA. I mean, we haven't had that crack for so long as well because there has been that very much strong selling pressure. But crossing over that will be very exciting as well. So it'll either test that region and then start to fall back down, which I genuinely see that happening because we're very near to the overbought region of the RSI. But if we were to crack above it, then I'll be looking at that graph will continue like so, I reckon. I'll be looking at then a retest into that 200 EMA moving zone, because a lot of people have actually turned this technical indicator on, and from there then enter into yet another position to actually then be the reversal sign of this happening, because that's some really exciting stuff. And I'll be looking for that confirmation as well. Comparing with the previous market movements as well, like we see a lot of activity happening around that 200 EMA as well. See that bounce off there. So it does bounce off, but with that massive wick coming in there, I probably wouldn't have made the trade there, because that wick isn't really a confirmation of a reversal of any sort. So that actually just it broke out, but it went straight down as well. As you can see also previously, that confirmation zone here, that little confirmation candlestick is actually like enough to actually send it to that distance up there as well. But obviously with the overall selling pressure, it didn't stay up there very long. But as you can see, the 200 EMA is actually a very, very key region. And it is actually also worth noting, like to actually trade using the RSI as well. So on a downward trend, the overbought regions are very, 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 very important. If you are like shorting the market and stuff like that, I mean, like, who doesn't want to live dangerously these days? But yeah, you do whatever you want to do, mate. But I think even in the RSI has hit in the overbought region like 1, 2, 3, 4 times since last December. Or last November, there was like literally 6 times that it's poked over, and that's from a bullish cycle. So on a bearish cycle to actually go above the overbought region is actually a pretty big deal. So having said that, I think I'll be taking my profits pretty freaking quick smart. Not to mention the RSI actually is hitting that overbought region and sitting below, the 200 EMA as well. And to actually project that this sort of instead of going like violently down the EMA, going sideways, if we then expect to see a market where like the shorter EMAs and the longer EMAs actually get closer together, that means what? It means that it's going to be moving sideways for a bit. And if it moves sideways, then the use of the indicator for RSI here is going to become only more and more consistent. And then this will become a much better tool to actually trade with. So that being the case, I think unless like a crazy bull market is afoot, and when that comes in, that'll be fine, because you've been trading in these price actions and you have a lot of positions in there, right? Anyway, so I think having said that, if it starts to move sideways, you will actually be able to capture more and more opportunities, and RSI will make your money making journey even easier. So if this then does taper off and then we're actually going to move sideways momentum, then there'll be so many profits to be able to lock in as well. So stay tuned on this channel so that you can stay updated with all these great opportunities. So really excited to see the graph taper off. I would definitely be taking profits right now, even a partial one, because we've had a pretty good run already as it is. So I think, so very exciting times ahead anyway. In terms of Floki, if you want to look at the fundamentals of it, there's a lot of cool stuff happening. Hobby just uploaded the Floki to on Hobby, which is a first tier exchange as well. So looking forward to that bringing more volume as well. Make sure to subscribe, like, ring that notification bell. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.